I call it aggregation of marginal means, right? You can make a lot of small adjustments that make a big impact over time, but we're not just going to rip and replace most of the time where you're just going to rip everything out and say, oh, we got to do this. It's all different and better. They have is good. Let's make it great with a few tweaks.
Yeah, I can, to your point of, how do we make this better? I had a client that had a 1 gig service with a
Mhm.
provider, and they're like, we need more bandwidth. And the first thing I did was pull a utilization report for them. And I'm like, you're using 20% of your circuit. There's no way you need more bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
I can sell you more bandwidth, but it's not going to fix it.
My car's too slow. Well, you got a V8. You want a V12? You want a twin turbo it? It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You don't need it.
So what we ended up finding out was that their IT provider, who was offsite, um, never got the never got the message that they upgraded from 500 megs to 1 gig. Their firewall
Yep.
was a 500 meg max throughput firewall.
Yep.
And the way he had it set up to limit Wi-Fi and things like that had them overutilizing the bandwidth that was going into that firewall.
Yep.
And if I would have sold them more bandwidth, it wouldn't have fixed anything. They ended up fixing that piece of it. And then when it was time when they actually needed more bandwidth, they're like, hey, Greg, whatever you want to sell us, we trust you.
Right.
This is what I have. This is what we have now. What do we need? Right.
Integrity.
And I earned that trust because I didn't go after money to fix a problem that wasn't going to fix it.
Mm.
So, again, just like with what you do in cybersecurity, knowledge is power. And in coming from a position of service and coming from a position of, hey, I need to fix your problem, and this is the need that you have.
Mm.
This is how we're going to fix it, and this is what it's going to cost.